Okay, another very quick update. I haven't written a script or anything, so I'll just improvise. It is dawn on Tuesday, Monday night. It is dawn on Monday night, UK. So I guess it's Tuesday dawn where we are, off Australia. Currently positioned here, south of Tasmania. With my autopilot telling me there's 2 days left to go in the race to, as I mentioned before, this tiny little Macquarie Island or anywhere on quite a long spread south of it. I appear to still be in the lead, putting the map like this so you can see it. 50 nautical miles, so this is about 200 nautical miles across this view. Here's me. Here's Joe, who, since my last update, has replaced me as by far the most starboard sailor. And then behind us here's Trace, who has managed to hold off Gaz, more or less on a similar course to me. Well, looks of it, Gaz is the most to port at the moment, I think. A bit hard to tell with the Great Circle and everything. Here's the course we've sailed, so it's roughly a Great Circle, but, you know, kind of wobbly, as you would expect. And just by eye, we're approaching 2/3 of the way through by the looks of it. Look at all these other boats all going the same direction. Other Vendee Globe fans or Jules Verne fans, I assume. We've had a whole gamut of weather since the last update. The big storm, what was it, D for Digby? The big storm came in, reached 35 knots. Off the port quarter at times. At the very peak of that, I took my storm jib down completely and was just sailing on a fully reefed mainsail. But the storm has since passed. It's dropped right down to 16 knots today. It's been pretty calm today. It looks like it's picking up again a little now. So I'm back. It swung around to port, to northward, quite well in this afternoon, so I had a brief period on the code 0 Genoa type thing, but now I'm back on the Jenica at the moment. It's kind of seems to be teetering around optimal code 0 optimal Jenica, so not exactly sure what's best, but currently back up to 15 knots, doing 8.5 knots through the water, which is decent, and the sea swell is way down. The swell in the high storm winds was enormous. Yeah, okay, anything else to update you on? Probably not that much to say, actually. Just got about 2 days ahead of us. The main thing remaining, tactically speaking, is this new storm. Who is it? Storm Freddy, I was going to call it? Yeah, okay, so the big question here is, you see this, there's another storm coming from behind, as there always is. I think I called this one Storm Freddy. So the wind should be the same pattern with a Antarctic storm approaching, which is the wind will strengthen and remain very much from the northeast, which as we curve around the Great Circle gets more and more favourable for us, more and more onto a reach instead of a run. Actually, this didn't happen with the last storm, so what I anticipated with the last storm was we'd get a strong northwesterly as the storm came past, and then after it passed us, I thought we would get a strong southwesterly, so I thought I could reach up and then reach down. Turns out the second part of that I was wrong. The wind never turned south of westerly. So again, not clear whether the same thing will happen here. There's a chance the wind, when the storm passes, will turn southwesterly, but two things. First of all, we might be able to, I'm not certain, but I guess there's a chance we'll stay ahead of the storm, in which case the winds will be strong southwesterly, that is to say strong on the port quarter for the entire remaining race. Even if that's not true, again, the storm might change shape, I guess, so we might never get strong southwesterly winds. So I'm just holding my course, basically. If it looks like the storm is going to pass us before, then I will extend out into more of a zigzag, go off course to port, reach rather than run, try and get some distance, and then hope when the storm blows past I can switch onto the other reach and hopefully blaze down to the finishing line in southwesterly winds, but assuming that doesn't happen, it's basically going to be this continued broad reach. I don't know if you can see my wind indicator here, but the amount of apparent wind you get is quite a lot at 8-9 knots and above. So even though the wind is way back behind me, the apparent wind's quite close to the beam, so that's good. Yeah, looks like a fairly calm 1 or 2 days, well, calm as in relaxed 1 or 2 days ahead of us. Yeah, cool. All right, that's it, I guess. See you.